More fallout from the Deltopia riot. Turns out that taxpayers will have to pay for much of the damage and for all the law enforcement that had to show up. News Channel 3 Senior Reporter John Palminteri has the tear gas out of his system tonight. He was in the middle of it all. And John, you have a perspective on the violence and the county response.
Well, it's something I certainly won't remember or forget, at least for a long time, and I'll remember it for a lot longer because my eyes were burning for quite some time. But this is an event that has many layers to it. It started out as a daytime water-oriented event, but turned into a nighttime melee that is not only described as life-threatening, but as you say, very costly to taxpayers.
I live here.
It is unlawful to assemble and you need to leave.
I was caught in the melee during the Isla Vista riots last weekend as canisters of tear gas turned the street into a fog of nauseous pepper spray. Nearly everyone fleeing was coughing, covering their face, struggling to breathe, and like mine, their eyes and nose were gushing. What's it like?
Where's my eyes?
It's like spicy.
Was it worth it?
No.
Nearly 200 law enforcement officers, many sent to Isla Vista on an emergency call-out, were needed to quell the explosive nighttime scene after a day-long Deltopia street party. In the end, there were more than 130 arrests, over 40 were hospitalized, and 6 law officers were wounded. One young man from South Central Los Angeles told me he and 17 friends came together. How'd you hear about this in Los Angeles?
Honestly, like LA area is like all this is like well known. So like a bunch of LA people roll up their here.
A 17-year-old from Los Angeles who smashed a bag of bottles into the face of a UC Santa Barbara police officer allegedly set off the flashpoint. The call for help put officers in harm's way. They were reportedly hit with bottles, rocks, and cinder blocks. To that, they responded with tear gas, rubber bullets, and an army of officers in riot gear. Simply put, one citizen told county supervisors there could have been deaths. He also says this event and the Isla Vista Halloween party are a costly recipe for trouble.
You know, this is an ongoing problem. It's been going on for decades.
Sheriff Bill Brown said taxpayers will be footing the bill for the widespread damage and call out for extra officers.
There'll be substantial costs that will have been incurred by more than 100 additional officers that responded and were there for varying times, but 4, 5, 6, 7 hours apiece, and you can start doing the math. It's going to be a significant amount of personnel expense.
And there's also been a call for both UC Santa Barbara and Santa Barbara City College administrators to have very stiff academic penalties for students who took part in this riot or any other type of mayhem that takes place in the Isla Vista area. In Santa Barbara, John Palminteri, News Channel 3.